Whew. La locura, pura. Think about it. That was the mantra of Joselito. La locura, pura. He was amazing because, to me, he was Chicanismo. I knew nothing about it. I was born at First in Indiana, in Boyle Heights. We didn't even see a tree. But my mom made sure that we did. She took us out to the orchards and pick oranges. Andala. All I can say now is that it's a beautiful, beautiful experience to celebrate someone's life that has led it to the fullest. Because, I mean, he taught. What did Jose give me? He gave me my Chicanismo. I read about him and Jorge Gonzalez. I gotta tell you, those two guys were just like... And now they're out there just like doing it. Oh, man. And I gotta tell you, but you know what Jose gave me? He gave me the understanding, because you have to teach, you know, you cannot tell people what to do or how to be. You have to do it solely by behavior. You're taught by behavior of those around you. And what Jose gave me personally, because I didn't have it, nobody has it, we're not born with these things. He gave me humility and humbleness. He taught me how to use my art to advance culture and society. And then I ran into Luis Valdez, and the dream was like, forget it, it was all over. They should have never let us get together. To this, me la rayo, I'm not kidding you. Que chinga. Le dimos. You know, they weren't ready for it. And I remember when Jose saw the play for the first time. Do you remember that? He sat there, and he had, you know, he didn't, nobody knew what was going to happen. I mean, they had never seen anything like this before in the history of theater. And come out of the damn newspaper, bam, come a big goddamn switchblade. And I look down there, and there's Jose Montoya. He was having an orgasm. I'm not kidding you. The guy was in nirvana, man. Oh, man. Oh, I could see it in his face, and I went right to him, and I said, you know, que le bacha mis trapos ese. Oh, man. Bacha mis trapos. Che, cállate, cabrón. Cascalcos, Melissa, mi tramo, mi carajo. Man, I tell you, he came backstage after the show was over, just like everybody did, and wept and weeping and crying, and he was just so emotionally moved. And that's where we married each other, right there. It was all over. But his example is frightening. Because he led by an example. He taught so much to all of our children and to everybody, black, white, brown, yellow, and red. He didn't care. He was not at all discriminatory about telling people how to be good Chicanos. And everybody loved it. A lot of white Chicanos, Japonese Chicanos. And one of the guys that started the Royal Chicano Air Force with him, Louis the Foot. Yeah. You know why they call him Louis the Foot? Does anybody know the reason why Gonzalez has Louis the Foot? Yeah. A lot of us know. But basically, during the moratorium, when they killed Ruben Salazar, they were all there. And They could have been killed. Everybody could have been killed. And it was just havoc on everybody. And you talk about leading by example. Well, Louis got separated. He was running around trying to find all of his guys. And Royal Chicano Air Force was, where were we? So he went by foot, and he went everywhere. And I got to tell you, when they finally met Louis, they all got back together again. They finally went, and they were on their way to Fresno. I mean, they stopped at Fresno to eat, and one of the things that Louis said, he says, Louis wrote the following poem and dedicated to Jose right after that event happened. And he dedicated to him for inspiring and teaching him to be a socially conscious dreamer for the Chicano movement and to fight for justice. He says he helped us remove the shackles of oppression and racism that were hammered right into our school. And he wrote this. This comes from one of Jose's students. I was just saying, we can do what they're saying. Who cares if no one believes? We can stop death if we want. We can do it. Si se puede. Si se puede, si se quiere. We can turn leaves into mana, bullets into penicillin, even misery into menudo. Who cares if no one listens? We can freeze dry sadness and save it for a rainy day. We can, con el poder del amor. That reminds me, I've been meaning to ask you, do you still love me? No, I can't. I can't. Do you hear it? Just listen, and you'll hear it. Who will care if we don't? We can roll hate in a zigzag and smoke it away like grass. We can do it si queremos, si se puede, if we want. We can, con el poder del amor. And rats, they aren't sacred, no sir, I said. We can cocoon them and watch butterflies baffle the cats. We can if we want, si queremos. Si queremos if we want, si queremos. Si se puede, if we want, si queremos. We can spin loneliness around, squirt a smile on its face, and create a masterpiece. Yes, 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 we can. But I can't. Ooh, yes, yes, si se puede. Why? We can make mosquitoes sing opera, make starvation listen, then watch as he drops dead if we want. Si queremos, poverty will be adopted by disease, marry distrust, and bear a child named Oedipus. Yes, we can. Si queremos, si queremos. That reminds me, I've been meaning to ask myself, do I still love you? Just listen, and I'll hear it. We can brew lies into a fine Mexican beer, get drunk with time, and fight to the death with truth. Si queremos, we can do what I say. We can do it. We can use one tongue if we want. The tongue of the eye, the tongue of the lips. The eye and the lips. We can kiss, si queremos. Besar con corazón, We can. But I can't. I just can't. We can say to the assholes of the world, listen, pendejos. Just listen to the sounds of ignorance. If room service sends up stupidity, wrap it in a corn tortilla, flush it down the toilet, the police are at the door. Look to the eyes, los ojos que lloran. Look to the lips, los labios que besan. The past has said, I can't. That's why we say, si se puede, yes we can. Y sabes qué? You know what? We can even dance on water if it's not too wet. Louis the Foot. The exposure to Jose produced me, Louis, and a whole bunch of us that are sitting in this room. A whole bunch of us. And we'll continue. And now give you 1 ounce, just one quick little ounce of Jose Montoya. And to me, the beauty of the innocence of being true to oneself. The date is September 23rd, 1973. Plain volver, as he puts that on paper. On your birthday, mi hija, that important one of 18 years in a cruel world that you have made less cruel, de mí sacaste penchant for the ideal and the romantic. De tu dulce y bella mamá sacaste todo lo que es bueno and lasting. I don't take credit for that unique occurrence, but Providence saw fit to bestow upon you these two wonderful and necessary contradictions, ideals as well as romantic notions. Tarnish, expected, balance. You have both. Te felicito, hijita. Tu papá de las cantinas y los callejones de oro. Jose Montoya. I love you, Jose.
Thank you, Eddie. That poem was called China. Before I give it back to Luis, I want to thank